Hey, it's me, Bria, and I'm a lifestyle coach. I help moms reclaim their time and energy. Look at you, taking this moment to recharge. I see you. During the Doulas Bloom podcast, I share tools and resources with my clients and community to spend time with themselves. The key to you living as your authentic self is embracing change and having courage. Your relationship with yourself is the only true constant in life, and observing yourself throughout each season will allow you to always be in alignment with the desires of your heart. Are you interested in joining my one-on-one coaching program? You can book a sales call with me by visiting the link in the description to schedule your session today. Before we get started, I have to remind you of your influence because you are an inspiration. Hey everybody, and happy International Women's Month. I am so excited for this series. I have been hard at work all of February recording with amazing women to bring you their stories. I created the Girl Chat series not only to share the stories of amazing women, but to also create time capsules of our growth. I think it's so important for us to go back and witness ourselves. And through this series, I have created a little time capsule, not only for me, but also for the women who joined me in these chats. We get to go back and witness ourselves in these moments. And I teach my clients and my community to do this on a monthly and weekly level. And so I'm so excited to expand and grow this series as time goes on. It's going to be so interesting to have guests come back on to the series. But I'm getting ahead of myself. If this is your first time here, my name is Bria. I am a lifestyle coach. I host the Doulas Bloom podcast. I am the creator of the Doulas Bloom community, and I am the leader of the village. So I'm so excited to bring you this March 2022 cohort of Girl Chats. I have committed to doing this every year, as last year in 2021, I did a series, an IGTV series of Girl Chats, which will also be shared during this month, that has inspired me to continue to share stories and to have conversations with women about their stories and their lives and what's brought them to this point. So for the rest of March 2022, you will be getting stories from 20 plus women about their stories, about where they are right now and what has brought them to this point. And I am so excited to do this again. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who's shared so openly in this series. And I am so excited to hop right into this conversation. Clearly, you clicked on this one because something in the title or the description, or you know the person who's going to be on this chat. I just want to say thank you to everybody, and I am so looking forward to our conversation about where you are a year from now, 2 years from now. I'm just excited to have you back for another Girl Chat. But I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to stop rambling and hop right into this conversation because it is so beautiful, and I don't take any of this for granted, and that's why I really had to come in here hot before we even got into the conversation just to share that. And yeah, I'm gushing right now, but thank you so much for listening, you as the viewer who's experiencing this conversation, this Girl Chat, and thank you to everybody who's been on the Girl Chat in its entirety. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna let the Girl Chat go. But if you're interested in being part of a Girl Chat with us here on the Doulas Bloom podcast, let me know. You can go to the description. There's a link down there for you to join the wait list. There's a wait list, y'all. There's a wait list for the Girl Chats because so many people wanted to be a part of this, and I'm just excited because we're gonna have more Girl Chats here in the future. So if you want to be a part of the next cohort, you need to join the wait list. Okay, have these conversations, share your story, share your insights and your gems with the community, and let us know what's going on. I don't want us to hide and think that we don't, like, our stories aren't enough. Like, oh my gosh, I've learned so much from the women in my life, and that's why this series means so much to me. But again, I want to create space for you to enjoy this conversation. And again, thank you so much to everybody who's listening, who's being a part of this series. I am happy that you're here. Again, if you want to be a part of this series, you can join the waitlist. The link is down below. You can go to doulasbloom.com/podcast guest to join the waitlist. So without further ado, it's time for a Girl Chat.
It's time for a Girl Chat. Hey,
time for a girl chat. It's time for a girl chat. Hey, time for a girl chat. Woo! Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Do This Bloom podcast. It's me, it's Bria, and today we're doing something different on the podcast. We are doing a girl chat, as you all heard in my little song that I'm singing. But today we have Vicky here with us today to share a little bit about her story and to have her be here on the podcast and share with you all. But I will let Vicky introduce herself, and then we'll just hop right into the conversation today. So, hi, Vicky.
Hello, thank you for having me. Yes, so my name is Vicky. I am a photographer, hopefully looking to make that a full-time thing. I'm 26 and I live in Dallas, Texas. So I'm super excited to be here.
Yay! Welcome. I have seen Vicky in breathwork with Katie J and her community at Bloom Manifestors. That's how we kind of met and connected. And I'm so grateful that I just seeing your face in breathwork is so nice, because it's oh, I know Vicky, I'm not in the room with strangers. Not that everybody is strangers, but it's I feel an energetic connection with you. I don't know if that's weird to say, but I definitely do.
Feel that.
Okay.
Yes, it's great.
But I would love to kind of just share our first impressions of each other, as we obviously met in this online community and we haven't met in person either. But just what was your first impression? I know I'm always sharing at the end of breathwork, so it's I'm sure something was going through your head.
Yes, okay. So my first impression was I love the way that you express yourself, your words, just your energy. I loved it. And so when you say that you felt that energetic connection, I can agree, and I felt good and comfortable knowing that you were also there.
Yeah.
So that was always nice. So I'm excited to finally have this one-on-one conversation with you and just
yes, get to know each other a little bit. I was going through the information that you put on the little intake form that I had for the girl chats, and okay, first of all, I was kind of geeking because I already know you're into photography and stuff, but you're a pre-K teacher, a teacher's assistant. My mom has been a pre-K teacher's assistant for as long as I can know. So I kind of know how it is to be in a classroom with kids, and they're 4 years old, and my brother is about to start kindergarten or about to be in pre-K. And so I was just oh my gosh, another connection point. Whoa.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So I've been there for maybe about, actually I started this year, this school year. So it's my first experience working with kids, my first experience working in a school. And honestly, I love it. I feel everything does happen for a reason.
Yeah.
And it just in a way, it helped me connect with my inner child. It helped me, things just come at the perfect time, so it really helped me connect with my inner child, and just seeing them grow and how smart they are, and just how much they change over such a small span of time. It's incredible.
Yeah. I don't work with the children one-on-one. If for all the people who know me really well, I don't do children very much, but they're cute from a distance. But I cook lunch for the kids at the center that my mom works at, and just observing how smart they are and how they can read the room. Really, they're so knowledgeable. And you said about connecting with the inner child, my brother, who is 4, has taught me so much about just being a human and just being present in your experience, because I know we can say kids are Sour Patch Kids, but I think it's so mesmerizing how something could make them upset or sad, and then 2 seconds later they're okay and they're playing with their toys. It's they're literally living in the present. They're not worried about the thing that happened before. They're not really carrying it into the next experience. And I've always admired that about children, and I always try to embody that just a little bit.
Definitely. And I feel they also really well, at least for me personally, they taught me how to find different ways to communicate, because sometimes them processing their feelings, something they'll hit another kid, or something happens, and you have to really sit with them and be okay, what happened, why did you feel doing that, and it's you find different ways to communicate with them, and it kind of helps in the real world, outside of school and work, for sure.
And being patient with yourself in the process of just growing and like learning what this world is like. You know, like they've only been here for 4 years. Like what? It's like one season, one chapter, one volume of their life. But yeah, I just had to connect with you on that point because I was like, oh my gosh. But I love that like you're into photography. I like am such an amateur photographer, but I took a food photography like kind of course club thing when I was in college, and I freaking loved it. And I started like my little food blog and stuff, but like this is just me geeking out with you because like it was so
like I love that for you.
Yeah, but like what type of photography are you like into?
Okay, so what I really like doing is like mainly portrait photography and just creative photography. I'm still like trying to find what I really want to specialize in, but I like do it all right now. Just to see what I like, you know. But so far I really just like doing like photography, portrait photography. And I'm actually working on something at the moment, like for Valentine's Day. I was like, I'm not gonna let another holiday pass by and not take advantage of it. So it just gets me excited, having like creative control and like having people be as invested as you are into something that you love doing is just awesome to see it like all come together. So I really love it. So hopefully, like I said, I definitely want to work on making it full time. And for now, like I said, I'm just trying to find out like what I want to like specialize in.
You're doing some trial and error period, I would call it.
Yeah.
Like you're testing out like what you would prefer, and you're being adventurous and you're trying new things. But like, what got you to this point? Like this version that you are sitting right here in front of me and everyone who's listening, this is a little time capsule of a conversation between me and Vicky on what day is it? January 31st, 2022. And so it's like, what brought you to this point? Like what was one of your biggest challenges or obstacles that you overcame?
Okay, so I would say that the last maybe 4 years were probably some of the hardest years of my life, and especially 2020. I feel like 2020 was definitely it was like a good year for a lot of people, and it helped a lot of business grow. And it was like a really bad year for a lot of other people. A lot of people lost family, just a lot of stuff. And so for me, it was at the time, it felt like it was a really hard year. It really brought me to my knees, in every sense, honestly. And it really forced me to face the fact that I needed to help myself, and just really take care of myself and get to know myself and love myself. So, I feel like also a lot of how can I say? I feel like what brought me here today was the fact that I kept seeing my surroundings and just seeing a lot of what I didn't want to experience, what I didn't want to be, what I didn't want to become. And one main thing was around sexual assault. I kept seeing a lot of sexual assault in my surroundings, and the way that people would handle it because of fear, because of shame, because for some reason that causes shame to people. And it takes a lot of time and a lot of work to really realize like, hey, like that is never your fault, and you shouldn't feel afraid to speak up and to set a boundary and to just protect yourself, protect your energy, because that's honestly such a traumatic experience. And so for me, that kind of like turned into a little bit of like oh, like I am not going to be that person. I do not want to sit back, or like I don't want to feel ashamed, or to how can I say this? I just don't want to be that person. I don't want to sit in the shadows, and I don't want to let that be something that
you sweep under the rug.
Exactly. That's perfect. You took the words out of my Yes, that's perfect. So I feel like especially, well, in my community, in the Hispanic community, I feel like it's very normalized. Not
Mhm.
normalized, but like in a way, yeah. I feel like
Desensitized, yeah.
you tr- yes, it is. And it's just like you try to keep the peace. You try to keep
Mm,
the peace within the community, and it's just like at what cost? So,
yeah,
well, all right, wrapping that up, I feel like in 2020, that just seeing, like I said, just seeing a lot of that in my surroundings just kind of caused me to be like, whoa, like I don't want to be a part of that. How can I change that? How can I stop
yeah.
these habits? How can I stop these type of
Mhm,
behaviors and make a change? How can I set an example for future generations in my family,
mhm.
in my community? How can I do that? And so I was like, okay, I have to work on myself. I have to heal my wounds, and I have to get to know myself and love myself, and stand in my power,
Yeah,
and not let fear or shame or any of those feelings
yeah.
stop you or take the wheel, like, because at the end of the
Mm,
day, you are the one that's driving. You are the one that's in
yeah,
control. Like, I feel like a lot of times you feel fear to do things because you're like, well, I don't know if I'm good enough to do
yeah,
this, or I don't know if what if I do make it, and then what do I do next? It's just like
yeah,
there's a lot of fear around a lot of things. So I feel that you have to just be like, you know what? Yes, I have that fear, but you know what? I'm still going to do things, and I'm still going to move
yeah,
forward, and we're going to do this together. So
yeah.
I would say,
I love the way that you said like doing it together, because I always talk about how like my inner child, my future self, my past self, like my higher self, like we're all in this together, and like we're all constantly working to this together. And so it's like when you acknowledge that there's different parts of yourself who might not be ready for the season that you're stepping into, or that a part of you might be scared that you're going through this experience. It's like
yeah,
acknowledging that and like acknowledging them and letting them know like, hey, it's okay, being like the good big sister for that part of yourself,
yes,
and being
yes,
like, girl, I got you, no matter what, I got your back. And so it's almost like being like having your own back, and like knowing that you did the best you could with the information you had at the time,
yes,
instead of like feeling all grimy and like ugh. And I just want to
yeah,
say like thank you for sharing. Like I know that's not something that is easy to do, because I was also sexually assaulted when I was a kid, and like during 2020 I was actually like displaced because of the pandemic, and so like I had to move back home, and I was in the same environment, not the same physical
yeah.
environment, but
Hmm.
energetic environment of
Yes, I
some
feel
of the
that.
things that happened to me. And so like there
Hmm.
was a lot of anger that like I didn't know was like boiling up inside of me.
I
But like
feel that.
drawing shining a light on that, and like processing and being like, holy crap, I'm angry. Like I've
Yes,
carried this anger with me for so long, and just like getting to know my anger, hearing what she has to say, and acknowledging her perspective and her feelings as valid and true for that experience when she was going through it. And just kind of like talking to
yeah.
her and being like, we're safe now, baby girl, we're safe.
Yes, that is so, I feel like that's so crucial. Like, it took me a while. I mean, I'm still in the process of like tuning into
Yeah.
my body and just like really being like, okay, like, why am I feeling so anxious? Like, why am I feeling so angry right now? And like really sitting with myself. So I feel that when you say that, because for me, it was also similar, especially in especially around the Texas storm. I don't know if you heard about, like,
Yeah, the
I
ice
mean,
storm.
everybody.
Hmm.
Yeah, so it was a hard time, just like, I mean, overall, just 2020. Staying at home and just really being forced to sit with your feelings and just
Yeah.
everything like coming up. But yeah, it really took me a while to tune in with my body. And a lot of the times I was like super anxious, like I would have anxiety attacks, and I was just like, what is
Mm,
going on? Like, it's
can
just like
relate.
I don't understand, and then you sit and you're like, well, maybe I gotta change some stuff. Maybe I
Yeah.
gotta do something. And once I started like doing things like and saying like, okay, maybe this is like kind of bothering me, like, like I just started my healing journey like in at the end of 2020.
Yeah.
So like a lot of things are new to me, and like I said, just tuning in with my body and all of that. So once I started seeing that, okay, if I did something different and that anxiety kind of like went away, that was like, wow, like
Let's
that's
keep
so
doing
crazy.
that.
If
Yeah.
I just listen to my body, and if I just listen to my emotions and I just sit with it,
Yeah.
then that could guide you, and that could change your life. It really
Yeah.
does change your life.
And it's really listening and trusting yourself.
Yeah.
I always talk about like tapping into the body, and it's just like simply listening and responding with what your body needs. So whatever comes up, like even if nothing comes up, maybe that's your response to nothing coming up is doing nothing. And so like I'm just curious about like how do you like tap into your body and connect with your body and like the sensations that are going on?
Well, I really like to, if I have the time, like I like to be by myself whenever I feel like something is off. I kind of like to, like, I kind of take some time to recharge, and if I feel off, I'm like, okay, I don't want to be around like my family or like
Yeah.
whatever, just take time to myself and really like either journal, which I've been like this year, I feel like has been a good year because I've been more consistent on that, and it's been very helpful. So I'm proud of that. But yeah, just either journal and just like write out like whatever I'm thinking, whatever comes up in the moment, or just like sitting and trying to like meditate and just meditate and trying to find like a little bit of clarity, and then be like, okay, I think this is what's going on, or like this and that,
Yeah.
or just thinking about the circumstances that have been going on and how they make me feel.
Yeah.
So, but definitely like meditating and journaling has been super helpful.
I just want to share some of mine just to show like the whole range of how like you can tap into your body. Like I really love to like talk to myself. Like I literally talk to myself, like whether I'm in the mirror or talking myself through things that are happening, and really like talking myself down. It helps me like to come into awareness of my body, because like sometimes my mind's going too fast. So I'm like, if I talk to myself, that means that my brain has to process what I'm saying to hear it. So which means my brain has to slow down. So like talking to myself actually helps. I like to sing and dance as like an expression of like how to make these emotions move through my body if I don't necessarily understand them, because for me, a lot of the times I struggle with identifying what it is initially that is coming up. So if I like dance or like sing and just like let it come out, like I can feel, whoa, that like feels hot, that feels like anger, like it's showing up in this way. And so that's kind of how like I like to play with it. And then after I do those experiences, I will do what you did about like journaling and meditating, because I feel like it's really important to like feel the emotion move through you instead of like holding it into your body. And that was like game changer for me. Like you gotta take it off and then like feel what it feels like to be without it temporarily, which like blew my mind when it came to like tapping in.
I'm definitely gonna have to try that. And I love that I don't know what they were called, so excuse me, but I know that you did like where you had a playlist and like people would dance with you, and I wanted to attend so badly, but then I couldn't. So if you do have one in the future, like I will definitely attend. But I like that because it is so true, like it's all in the body and stuff, so I definitely will try that in the future. And
it's stirring up the energy. I haven't actually hosted the event again because I was like testing the water, and like I really do love doing it. It's just like, okay, Bria, in what capacity can I hold it? And I think I've been like thinking about it so much, and like right now, like the universe is like, oh, just do it. So like maybe there'll be one in February. I'm like,
that would be good.
As like moving around
for Valentine's, like around that time. Yeah, that would be good.
I'm thinking once a month right now, but guys, don't hold me to it. You guys know how I am. I listen to my body. If the intuition is not there, I respect my body and my physical limitations when it comes to like things that are going on in my body. Because I have PMDD, so like sometimes if it depends on where I am in my cycle, that can just like really just be like an energy suck for me. But PMDD is like PMS on steroids, and like my mood swings are like crazy during that time. So yeah, sometimes I'm just not there for the world.
Yeah, no,
I
yeah,
gotta
and
take
that's
care of
yeah, that's
myself.
okay
And so those
for
are the
sure.
moments where I go and sit down. I call it my little hibernation period. If you don't hear from me, it's because I'm taking care of myself. Um,
I love that.
but yeah, like as you're going into like this new season in your life, it's like you're building this legacy, like you're hoping to go full time in your
Yes,
photography business, which is like so exciting, and like it's going to happen. No matter how long it takes, it's going to happen. We're claiming that, we're receiving that for
yes, we are
Vicky's
claiming
life.
that.
Sprinkle some energy, send it out to Vicky right now. Just be like, yes, it's happening. But like, what are you working towards, and like, what are you hoping to create? Like, what's your big picture goal?
Okay, so short term for this year, like I said, since I just started my healing journey, I mean, of course,
Mm-hmm.
it's an ongoing thing, of course, but I really like am going to take this year to fully like immerse myself in the process of just like, okay, healing and doing therapy
Yeah.
and just everything for myself, just really love on myself and just take care of myself so that I can do the best and I can show up my best self, for my
Yeah.
photography, for everything else that because I feel like it definitely does affect everything. If you're not okay,
Yeah.
if you don't take care of yourself, everything else is affected. So I really want to take this year to just, love on myself and just like shower myself with
Yes.
all the
It's a
good things,
Vicky.
and in long term, yes, of course, like I want to just be able to make people feel comfortable and feel confident and just
Mhm.
feel like they can take photos because a lot of people are like, I've never taken photos, like I don't know how to pose, or like,
Mhm.
and that's why I love working with people that have never taken photos. Like I'll take like coworkers, like old friends, like just anybody that has never taken photos, and I will take photos of them and they're like, what, like, is that really me,
What?
and that's just like I love that. So I really want to just be able to expand that and make a lot of people feel that way, see
Yeah.
themselves in the best way possible that they can.
I love
So yeah,
this. I should
yeah.
connect you with my sister. She is like all things beauty, and like she's like wanting to be a model, and she's always like dolling
Ooh,
herself up. She
okay.
loves a photo shoot. But I'll send you her like Instagram later, because
Yes,
she
yes,
loves it.
yes,
She's
yes.
a baddie.
Send.
She'll be on the podcast again. She's been on a few times. But I love that for you. And like it's so wholesome, and I know that, I hope that's a compliment. But
Yes,
I
anything.
love it. I love it so much. And I really want everybody to connect with you, see your beautiful photography work, because her pictures on Instagram, y'all, like I'm sure that's just scratching the surface, but y'all need to go check Vicky out. So Vicky, can you let everybody know where they can find you, where they can connect with you, how they can
Yes.
contact you to like book you to shoot them?
Yes, so you can find me at vnr.xrt. Um, that is my photography Instagram page. And then to book or just inquiries or anything like that, you can email me at vnr.xrt@gmail.com. And I'm there. The DMs as well, but preferably through email.
Yes, shoot an email. Shoot an email. I'll leave all that stuff down in the show notes and in the description for you all. But we talked about a lot today, and I really just want to say thank you again, Vicky, for being here and for sharing so openly with all of us today. Like I've learned a lot, and I'm sure everyone who's listening has learned a lot. So just want to say
And
thank you
I've
on the
learned a lot
behalf.
too.
Oh, I love
So
this.
thank
You
you, thank you.
see, it's a chain reaction of
Yes,
inspiration,
it
y'all.
really is.
Like she inspired me, I inspire her, we inspire we.
Yes.
Like it's beautiful. But I want to give everybody some time to reflect on everything that's come up for you today during Vicky and I's chat. So there will be some reflection questions on the screen if you are watching on YouTube or on Spotify, wherever you're watching. And if you're listening, there will be reflection prompts in the description and show notes per usual. But want to give you those times, those minutes, those 3 minutes to do that. And I will see you tomorrow in the next girl chat. So bye everybody.
Bye.
Hey everybody, I really hope you enjoyed today's girl chat. I loved having these conversations and I'm sure you're going to enjoy tomorrow's episode as well. But before you go ahead and click to the next girl chat, I want you to share your thoughts on this one. So you can go to the comments and share your key takeaways, what gem resonated with you, and just let us know your thoughts. And so, yeah, we want to keep the conversation going. We want to keep the girl chat going, even though it's over. But you can start the conversation down in the comments if you're watching on YouTube. And if you are listening on the podcast, I want you to go ahead and take a screenshot of this episode and tag us at Do This Bloom on Instagram and let us know your thoughts. Same thing, keep the conversation going, share it with a friend, let us know your key insights, your key takeaways, and yeah, I want to know your thoughts. How did you feel today's girl chat went? What resonated with you? So yes, that is what I want. And then I will see you tomorrow. I will see you tomorrow for the next girl chat, and I'm so excited about this series. So excited about it. So but I will see you tomorrow for the next girl chat, and yeah, I love y'all. Bye.